Hey, what's good, motivators? Jimmy V here, mortgage originator specializing in VA loans. And today I'm going to tell you the top VA loan mistakes that I've seen over 17 years of mortgage originating, and most importantly, how you as the active duty service member and veteran can avoid them so that way you can have a seamless mortgage loan process. Before we get started, we've got some business to take care of. If you found that this information was of value, number one, and I've earned it, would you consider showing your love by clicking like on this video? Also, if you want to learn more about VA home loan benefits, you're welcome to consider subscribing to this channel so that way we can lock arms together and educate more veterans and active duty service members all across this great nation. Good to go? VA loan mistakes, and most importantly, how to avoid them. You're a veteran, you're getting ready to go out there and put some rounds down range with your VA home loan benefit, but you want to have a seamless mortgage process. That's what we all want, right? And that's what you should want too. So today, really what I want to cover first is the first mistake that I see veterans make on VA home loans is simply this. They don't work with somebody who is proficient and efficient with VA loans. Jimmy, what do you mean by that? Well, let me put it to you like this, right? In the Marine Corps, we're all known as basic riflemen. But in the Marine Corps, we also have different MOSs, military occupational services. And I kind of try to explain it like this. Look, if I was working, I was an 0311 infantryman, by the way, good to go. And so if I was working on electrical equipment on aircraft, we call that avionics, you, as the veteran, probably wouldn't want to get on that plane. Reason being, well, because there'd be some turbulence, there'd be some shakeup, and maybe I didn't work on it properly, and most importantly, maybe you, as the veteran, wouldn't arrive to your final destination on time, if at all. You with me on that? So it's the same thing with VA loans, right? You don't want to work with a mortgage loan originator who dabbles in VA loans. You want to work, I'm going to try and bring you in here with me for a second, but you want to work with a mortgage loan originator who specializes in VA loans. Veterans, hear me out on this. There are a lot of subtle nuances that exist with the VA home loan benefit that don't necessarily exist with with conventional and FHA loans. So it's very important to ensure that you properly navigate this process, that you find a mortgage loan originator who A, you trust, and B, has a deep experience with VA loans, so that way they can get you to your preferred destination, which is home ownership. All right, so that's the first thing that I want you to know. Work with a mortgage loan originator who specializes in VA loans. A couple of other things. Simply stated, veterans aren't prepared when they're getting ready to purchase their home. Jimmy, define prepared. Well, here's what I mean by that. There's a couple of forms that every single veteran must have on a VA loan. All right, the first form is a copy of your DD-214. Our discharge paperwork. We're gonna look on box 24 to ensure that you, as the veteran, have been honorably discharged, and that way we're able to determine that you're eligible for a VA home loan. I've seen veterans before get under contract on a VA home loan, or I should say on a house using a VA home loan, and it's like, well, we never got a copy of our DD-214. The lender who dabbles in VA loans never told me to get it, and it's like my closing is held up because I don't have a copy of my DD-214. And if you're a veteran and you don't have this copy, there's a simple way that you can get it by going to archives.gov and requesting a copy of it there. But here's what I want you to know. If you go under contract on a property, this form, if you don't have it, can take up to 2 or 3 weeks, some cases even up to a month to get this form. So if you didn't have this form, you could be delaying significantly your close of escrow, which could end up costing you the home or costing you more money in the form of lock extension fees, and you're just gonna have a lot of people that are unhappy with the process. Good to go? Have a copy of your DD-214, your discharge paperwork. I want you to have a copy of your COE, your certificate of eligibility. Why is the certificate of eligibility important? Because simply stated, it's the form that's going to tell us as the lender that you are eligible for the VA home loan. What we do is we get this form up front to be able to determine once again that you have VA loan eligibility, number one, and number two, we're able to determine how much of a VA loan you have left over to deploy on the next home moving forward into the future. And so if you don't have this form in the file, or maybe you're a reservist and the mortgage lender didn't tell you to get a copy of this form, and we get it back and we're simply stated looking at some things and they don't add up, it's like that could impact your VA home loan and your eligibility, which could end up, I'll give you that reference again, of you not arriving to your final destination on time, if at all, which is exactly what we want to avoid. Good to go? The fourth thing that I want to cover is simply this. I want you, I feel like Uncle Sam when I say that, by the way, but I want you to make sure that you're getting all of the necessary items needed to your mortgage originator, once again, who specializes in VA loans, but that you're giving them all of that information up front in advance so that way they can properly pre-qualify you for the home that you're seeking to purchase. That's going to be things like W-2s, bank statements, even bank statements, there's a page on them that says this page is intentionally left blank. It's like, yeah, we need those forms too, all right? And so paychecks, last 2 years of W-2s and tax returns, all of these things, the mortgage originator who specializes in VA loans is going to need them in advance so that way they can kind of dot the I's and cross the T's with your VA home loan benefits, so that way you're at, as we would say in the Marine Corps, condition 1, which is a round in the chamber, ready to go out there and put rounds down range with your VA home loan benefit, all right? So work with a mortgage originator who specializes in VA loans, have a copy of your DD-214 in advance. In addition to that, a copy of your certificate of eligibility. And by the way, Taylor, I didn't mention that you can get a copy of your COE by going to your e-benefits portal, right? Obtaining a copy there, or you can request a copy through somebody like myself, a mortgage originator who specializes in VA loans. And the fourth and final thing, make sure that you get your mortgage originator who, did I say this already? Specializes in VA loans, right? All of the necessary items up front to ensure that they're doing the proper checks and balances when it comes to your VA home loan and that you'll have no issues moving forward. My name is Jimmy Vercellino. I want you to know that I'm here to be a resource for all of your mortgage loan, VA loan related questions and needs. I serve veterans all across this great nation and I would be honored to serve you too. VALoans4Vets.com, or you can email me at jimmy@VALoans4Vets.com. Thank you for your service and we'll talk to you soon.